Well, last time the stream went pretty well in terms of. Okay, no, it didn't. It went pretty well in terms of the technology not crashing. There we go. Now I can. Ooh, Jesus, turn that down a bit. Christ, I had that on Jones level. I had that shrieking about the frogs levels, but yeah. So we're gonna see how this one turns out because, as per usual, you never know with YouTube how it's gonna fuck you in the ass. The last was a little bit off the goddamn rails, but hey, everything's coming off the goddamn rails. I had to focus on passing my exam, but I did, so now I have to actually figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my YouTube channel. Cam Kugler says, let the tea commence. No, that's 2 hours from now. Well, it's like an hour and a half. So that's pretty much the time we got for this. And then I'm going to have some tea. It's just tea, it's not drugs. I'm gonna have some sweet tea. No, not sweet tea, because that's what they have down here in the South. That sweet tea. You want that sweet tea, sweetie? I'm gonna have my hot cup of tea, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna play Days Gone. Man, okay. I'm not a Black Friday kind of guy because consumerism is AIDS and is destroying the planet, and I don't. And I say that wearing my shitty ass. Like, yes, I purchased another North Face product. I'm not super. Like, I got those North Face shorts, and I've hiked in them, and I've worked out in them, I've climbed in them, and they're okay. But I'm actually wearing them, so like you're gonna see my crotch in a second. Hang on, hup, crotch. Yeah, girl, you like that shit. You see, like the little. I thought this thing was cute. This cool little belt. Like it's got a built-in belt. You never need to like bring your own belt. It's not a BYOB. It's got its own. Yeah, well, that shit keeps on kind of coming loose while I'm doing like sit-ups and shit like that. So like I have to keep on adjusting it and like. When it finally got cold enough that I was like, okay, I can't keep wearing shorts, and like I had to put on my my 511s. Like as soon as I slid the 511s of Justice on, I was like, oh wow, this is infinitely better than and they cost the same. Like it was $50 for these fucking shorts, and I have a whole rant that I want to go on about how like it's essentially the brand is mostly worn by hipsters who have never set foot in the outdoors in their life, but they like to wear it because like it's a resource flex. Like this shit is definitely overpriced. But that being said, it was the color that I want, and it has a fucking bear on it. And I've never had a hoodie before, and honestly, I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't know. I'm trying out a new thing, and this is really retarded, and you can laugh at this all you want, but like essentially the more cold and aerated the cojones are, the more testosterone they produce. And like, you know, I'm 30. I'm coming up on 31, so like need more tea, man. Like, and I don't feel like going to big pharma and sucking big pharma cock for, you know, the replacement of the testosterone that was drained by by big pharma putting, and as well as big agriculture putting estrogen mimicking, or what's known as endocrine blockers in the water supply. And that's actually what Alex Jones is screaming about by turning the frogs gay. It wasn't turning the frogs gay, it was making them hermaphroditic, but he's being whimsical and Texan. So long story short, I'm trying to see if I can dress like one of those douchebags who is like hoodie on top but shorts on bottom, even though it's like -30. We're gonna see how that fucking works out. I've never had a hoodie before, and I was like, fuck it, this is the brand that I guess matches my lifestyle the most. Like that's not even like I wish it wasn't a thing. But either way, I don't do Black Friday, or I didn't. But I needed a new video game because I was coming up on that. Ooh, did I just? Okay, it's still the tech. Like it buzzed, and then for a minute there was like, did I just somehow break that mic by just like eeking into the mic? Black Friday came up, but I was coming up on that test, and I was so stressed out that I was like, I just need a game that I'm gonna like so much that no matter how horrible the studying was, and it got bad enough that I stabbed my book. I'm not even happy about saying that. Like I feel like a child, like I threw a temper tantrum, or like I broke the mic, but like I broke the mic, my brain was looking at this. Like I broke my controller or something like that. But that's actually what fucking happened. Like, and the test was way easier than the pre-test. I failed 2 pre-tests, and then the test itself was actually super fucking easy by comparison. But some of the shit was like pre-nursing exam shit. I swear to God, like they were asking questions about like the upper layers of the heart, and I answered exocardium, and it's like, no, loser, it's epicardium. And it's just, I think, and at a certain point, I just sort of snapped, and I just started stabbing the fucking book. So I could still use the same book, but anyway, so I picked up three video and 3 Vidya for relatively cheap. Like, it was a good Black Friday sale because I don't really spend money on Vidya because it's like, for the most part, they're trash and it is kind of a waste of time these days. But at the end of the day, when you want to get fucking twacked and play a video game, man, you know, when you want to hit the spliff, as these kids in the streets say. I also feel like I'm like trying to look like I'm younger when I wear this. Like, a good friend of mine who is older than me wears hoodies and shit like that. So I'm trying to like, that's fine, right? You know what I mean? But I also still kind of feel like I need a skateboard and a backwards hat and be like, how do you do, fellow children? So I got 3 games for actually relatively cheap. One of them was, and yes, Sam, you can stop fucking asking me, Metro Exodus. So I got that. I haven't tried that yet, though. I feel like the mic is kind of doing some weird shit. Like, I want to yeah, okay, you can still ASMR. I don't know. I feel like if I got too loud into it, I could break the mic. Like if I shouted into the ear of the mic. So I got Metro Exodus. I haven't played that yet. I have Sekiro Snap Your Controller Twice, which I have not played that because I still have my controller. Because it was a buy 2 get 1 free, and they were all like $15. So for $30, I got 3 fucking games that are fairly new, and then Days Gone, which I described to this chick who I don't think it's gonna happen. But of course, it gets all the way up to getting text messages like, "Ooh boy, I want to suck your dick through your butthole," and then you're just like, "All right, bitch, want to meet up?" Oh no, I don't. Like, well then, fuck you, bitch. So I think I described it to her because I think at one point I said, she's like, "You gotta meet this other guy," and I'm like, "No, fuck off, I'm not doing that," you know. And she's like, he's like, "Well, you might not like him," and I was like, right in front of him was like, "Is he a lib?" And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" It's like, "Is he a liberal?" And she's like, "I'm a liberal." And I said, "Kill yourself." Just kill yourself. So I don't think that's going over. And I walked past her, and I know she's a video gamer. And I said something like, yeah, play this new game, Days Gone. It's like Last of Us if it wasn't cucked. And then the look on her face. So good. At this point, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to lose my YouTube channel in less than a month. Probably getting fired soon. I don't fucking know. But hey, I passed the stupid test, so maybe I'm more marketable. Fuck it, YOLO. Let's read some goddamn comments. Creo Boys says, "You cute little critter. Somehow I don't think that you are a hot chick, so I'm going to need you to not." And even if you were, I've told the chick who used to call me cute. I was like, don't fucking call me cute. I'm manly, bitch. I'm rugged. Do you see this neck beard? Yeah, that's the panty dropper, slut. I told her to drop her panties, and she was like, "Yeah, but you gotta love me." And I was like, "Oh, bitch, you know I don't love. Like, what are you doing? That's wrong, bitch. You wrong." Sorry, no, contain yourself. This is wrong. I was told by my mother. I told my mother. I'm very open and honest with my mom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty open with my folks. Like, I told them about like my drug use and shit like that. I was like, "Mom, I'm snorting cocaine. Fuck you." No, I didn't say fuck you, but I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. And she was like, "But it'll ruin your life if you get it." I was like, "Mom, calm down. You can't get it here. It was that one time. I'm never getting it again. I can tell you that now." You know what I mean? And anyway, I just told her, I was like, "Yeah, this one bitch, like the one not radioactive looking bitch in North Carolina." And she's like, "But you should be honest and tell her about whether or not you want to have a relationship or just a piece of booty." And I'm like, "Nah, why would I give my enemy any fucking slack, man?" And I was like, "Mom, the Jews used to say, 'What is detestable to you, do to no man.' The Christians said, 'Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.'" And I think this is a Muslim proverb. I don't know. This might be Klingon, but "To my enemy who shall give me no mercy, I shall show them none." So, but that shit ain't gonna fucking. I should have fucking known. The second you're like, "All right, bitch, well, what's up?" They're like, "Oh, no way. I'm gonna block you. I'm gonna fucking, okay, bitch, whatever." Big Homie says, "Watch the video I posted into the Discord's video section." I will check on my Discord pretty soon. Like I said, I've been super busy trying to pass this horrific test. So now that that's out of the way, we can focus on the impending doom. I got a note on my apartment door. It's like, "We're flipping your apartment again." And I was like, "Nah, that's not even that fucking bad." As everything that has come up all at fucking once. Like dealing with this bitch, trying to pass this fucking test. Everything. I don't even care about Christmas. Fuck Christmas. I don't give a shit about Christmas. And I told my mom that, and she's like, "Well, I thought we agreed we could do like $20. Like, "Mom, I'm not doing that. I'm not even buying and like $20. We don't need that shit. What are we gonna do for $20? It's ridiculous. What am I gonna give you that you don't already have? And if you need it, you just buy it yourself. We're living on your graces. We borrow money from you. I'm a millennial, bitch." Okay, I didn't say bitch. She's not a bitch. I love my mom. Love you, Mom. You should never watch my videos. You should never see. I think my grandparents at one point were watching my videos, and when I got to the point where it was all like, Swear like a sailor, drink like a Mick. My only words of wisdom are to suck my dick. My grandfather was just like, that is not wholesome Christian entertainment. He was not pleased. So, anyway. Big Homie says, dude, you don't have to delete your account. Watch the video I posted on the Discord. Oh, right. Okay. Well, look, I've been keeping up with this COPPA thing occasionally, in between working out and studying. In the sauna at the gym, I'd be looking at this shit and being like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I'm not seeing enough to make me feel secure. It's not the fact that YouTube is shit. It's not the fact that the government is shit. It's the fact that my shit looks kitty to boomers. And it's boomers. Boomers are going to be the people who are going to be enforcing this legislation. I did talk to essentially my lawyer. I do have a lawyer. He doesn't hold bar in North Carolina, but he doesn't need to. He knows all the things. And he basically, I swear to God, he called me right after that. I made my SOS emergency, podcast, whatever the fuck it was. And he said and I quote, don't let the cocksuckers intimidate you. And he said, fuck them. And he's like, I'm like, listen, I don't know what would even happen. Cause I didn't know. And he was like, there's one Supreme Court in North Carolina. That's what you'll get summoned to, or a federal court in North Carolina, probably in Raleigh. And you'll get summoned there. And you'll come before some boomer and you'll have to testify or whatever. And then, right. So they're going to show my videos in federal court. Nah, fam. I would rather delete everything and give those cocksuckers nothing. I don't know. We'll see. We still have a little bit. We got 15 more days before I'm going to push the button. So if you guys liked a certain video, you need to be backing it up. Just like I told that bitch, even though she didn't. I'm not hung up on it. The French Canadian guy says, nice. I also got a Days Gone on Black Friday. Word. It's okay. It's literally like the bitch that you hook up with to get over the bitch that broke your heart. And at first you're just hooking up with her because it's fun. And then she's like, what are we? And then you're like, I don't know. I guess you could be new bitch. And then she's like, but I'm not like that old bitch. Don't ever confuse me for old bitch, even though I'm pretty much like that old bitch. And you go, oh, baby, I'm going to forget. I know you're different. It's all right. But it's pretty fucking based. It's pretty cool. I do like Days Gone, and honestly, I think I need a fucking motorcycle. And if I were, I would get a Royal Enfield Himalaya for $4,000. Which now that I'm hopefully going to be making more money, I might get that shit. Look at me. I've got I got my accreditation. It's you'll get $1 raise, honey. Don't spend it all on one place. And I'm like, motorcycle. God damn, my lifestyle. Well, what else am I going to spend this shit on? Should I save my money for the gubby to tax to give to the children of welfare whores who had Chad, Thad, Brad's, and Daquan's children? Is that what I'm doing? Or should I burn it all and save nothing and at least benefit me? You know why I like going to the gym so much? You know why it took me 1,000,000 years to pass this test? I could have passed 3 or 4 years ago just by taking it because I didn't want to do that shit. But when I go to the gym and I lift, I build hopefully muscle. I'm not even sure I'm doing that. Jesus Christ, end my life now. But at least it's something they can't tax. They can suck my dick. They can't take this shit from me. By the way, is this kid friendly? I marked that down. YouTube. It said, Mayor, is it kid friendly? Yeah. How many times am I going to reference oral sex today in this video? Creo says, buy a North Face LGBTQ hat. I don't think they make that. I don't know if they did. And if they did, I wouldn't care. I bought it because it's warm. I bought it because it's a hipster brand. And the one thing that hipster brands have over because you could say, well, you could have just gone to Walmart and gotten you a cheap one. I most certainly could. And probably would have been of the same quality. But here's the issue. All the shit that's made for good old boys. Because one of the things that I got this one on Cheapy Cheap from the same Dick's Sporting Goods that I purchased my shotgun from. They had I think I wore it in the last live stream. That vest. Oh no, I didn't wear it in the live. Maybe I did. I don't know. That weird fleece line vest, that fake fleece line vest from Wolverine, and it was a knockoff of Carhartt, but it's just too big, and it's a medium. Now, granted, this is a small that I'm wearing, and I really regret the fact that it is a small, but the point is you go to these good old boy brands, and they only have good old bacon butthole buster sizes, and it's more hipster brands generally make their clothing a little bit more tailored to people who aren't super fucking overweight, which I feel like I am, but I should aspire not to be. Can't shake this belly fat. I don't understand why. I've tried so many different things. All I do is lift. All I do is go to the goddamn gym. I do more cardio, I do less cardio. I do hit, I don't do hit. I eat more, I eat less. I don't know. Maybe I just have like, some horrible endocrine problem from drinking the water and drinking booze. And if that's the case, I'm going to find the people. I'm going to go to. Yep. Anyway, Mark is in the chat. He says, Sup. Hey, Mark. How is Oklahoma? Malone Johnson says, the legend of the mid to late 2000s returns. What do you mean? I'm still a legend. Fuck off. Creo Boy says, is that the SOG Viper? I would not buy shitty SOG. Fuck no. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Get colonized. I was at the Battle of Best Buy 2008 for the Holy PS3. I'm surprised you can get trampled. Freak Pit Freaks says, neckbeard for the win, dude. I know. It's been slowly but surely creeping up onto my face, but I don't know if it's like a race against time. Like, I don't know why it's taking this long to come up onto my face, but more so, it's doing it more than when I was in my 20s, and I gotta wonder, like, if by 35 I might just be able to have a beard, and, like, hopefully that'll match with my hairline receding. If my hairline recedes and my beard comes in, be just fine. I won't be upset. Real Xmas tree or fake ones? I don't celebrate Christmas, so I don't care. We have one fake one. It's been up since last year. Hey, at least it's fat. Oh my god, that means the people who were inspecting our apartment kept seeing that shit and they were just like, degenerates. Nothing wrong with hoodies. I'm 45 and I still wear them, says Mark. Yeah, I know, but it's like, it's the brand. If it were like, I don't even know what a boomer hoodie would look like. They still have that weird off-brand champ. I'm not going to wear Nike. I guess I should have gone Adidas. So, like, we're talking about all these brands like they matter. This crass consumerist bullshit. Like, I just wanted a piece of clothing. Like, I wish it was cheaper. I chose this one because it was in the right color and it has a bear. Okay? I like it. I like the look. Fuck it. I don't think it was worth the money they were asking, but the American dollar's gone to shit. Malone Johnson says, your mom had some great advice for getting them females, lol. Yeah, she had some weird thing where she was like, but they won't like you if you're not nice to them. And I laughed out loud and I was all like, Mom, women love assholes. They love men who abuse them. Are you high? I should do that more often. Like, she thinks that I'm like really mean to women, but I'm not. I'm just stern. I do stern man game. I can't do jerk face game. I mean, I was at one point really shitty to a girl and she loved me for it. And there was a website, I think she might have eventually taken it down, but there was a blog that she made that was like a blog about all of these shitty douchebag things that I said to this girl. I was 19, by the way, and kind of young, and I wasn't angry, but I had been isolated for some time from homeschooling. I had like isolated myself from a lot of my friends, and all I did was hang around the house and make YouTube videos. So I was kind of an egotistical, shitty narcissist, douchebag, and she loved it. But I hated who I was back then. I'm much happier now, and I think a little bit more sociable and laid back, and I wouldn't do those things to somebody. So women don't like me as much now. It's hysterical. I have less game now than I did when I was 19, and I'm physically stronger. I make more money. I've got kind of that old man grayness coming in right here. I hike and I rock climb and I shoot guns, and like I know I have like a half of a dot in car mechanics, like and how to pay bills and shit. But yet I was able to get my dick sucked more when I was an angsty little asshole who wore shirts and ties and shit like that. Man, the world is fucking weird. Sukabliat says, I'll have a drink for your channel, stalker. Dude, word. And that was what I really had to dodge. So this chick basically invited me out to go drinking because she was like, oh, you passed your test. We should go drinking. And I was like, oh, yeah? All right. And then she was like, I'll invite some other people. And I was like, all right. No. It's like, no, bitch, we're not doing. Why? And I thought about it. She's like, well, if you change your mind, you have my number. And I was like, fucking hell. And I thought about it, and I was thinking about like, and I was like weighing my options, and I realized that a couple things. I was like, so you have and it was Friday, so it was yesterday. I had a chance. I was like, okay, I could go out drinking with her and like several other of her weird college friends that are some dudes, okay, but they're all 21. I'm literally 10 years older than them. Like, it's a little weird. She is smart. She's a smart girl. There are very few women who I find are on her level of intelligence. She also reminds me of someone from my past who I actually cared a lot about. But that being said, she's still 21 and dumb. Like, she's still a young, dumb female. You can be smart in a book sense. You can even be smart in a reasonable social sense. You can pay all your bills on time, but she's getting into drinking and she wants to have her little college party years. Yeah, well, I don't feel like dealing with that shit, bitch. And anyway, I waited out, and mostly I was just like, but you should go have a celebratory drink. It wasn't even her that was tempting me. It was the booze. But I kept thinking about it, and I was like, finally, I was just like, what is the definition of Voss? Welcome to the chat, and I'm sure you're going to love this. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same shit over and over, but expecting different results. And I thought to myself, this is perfect. It is actually the perfect allegory for me dealing with women, which is what I'm doing the same shit over and over again, but expecting different results, which is they always show interest. I always defer that and go like, yeah, I don't really care. I play a lone, aloof guy, loner, which is true to an extent. But this one I actually had some legitimate interest in. And then, like, as soon as, like, after a long time, you wait a long, long time, you save up all these texts of her saying, we should go out sometime, or, wow, I really like that, like, just everything. She's like, oh, wow, you did archery? Oh, wow, I love archery. Oh, you like butterfly knives? Oh, wow, I always thought those were cool. Like, just all this shit. She sent me a text from a bookstore, her holding an H.P. Lovecraft book, and she's like, you went to this guy's grave, right? Well, maybe I should read it. Like, come on, dude. After all that, I'm like, all right, bitch, well, maybe you and I... no, I'm not interested anymore. And I'm just like, okay. And the same thing is true with drinking, me just doing the same shit over and over again. And I was like, what will be the point of me going to a bar and getting drunk? All it's going to fucking happen is it's not going to be good like it is in the good old days. It'll never be the good old days. You'll never get drunk and feel happy, and the high won't last for hours. It's never going to be that way. It ain't how shit works no more. All that's going to happen is you're going to wake up, hopefully in your bed, at best case scenario, feeling like shit and realize that you tossed through your gains away from whatever. So instead, I just went to the gym and had a really sick back workout. So, yeah. Why did we talk about that? Something about, having a drink. Yeah, I really wish I could, but, like, I've learned my lesson that is not a thing that I'm going to be doing in the near future. But I kind of thought that was interesting. Like, that was I also meditate a lot when I work out. I think about shit, man. It gets deep, It's like Miyamoto Musashi or a Shaolin monk or poor kid living in the South. Kid, I'm 30 fucking years old. Jesus, someone end it now. Anyway, so yeah, I realized the situation was one and the same. I'm just like, yep, well, that's the same situation with one as it is the other, which is that I'm just repeating the same actions over and over again, expecting a different result. I'm more swayed by the booze than by women. You know what I mean? It's like, I still think there's a chance for the booze. Like, I keep on thinking my neurotransmitters must have healed by now. My liver must have healed by now, but I'm still, like, very suspicious. Anytime a woman shows interest, I'm just like, yeah, bitch, nah, you ain't for real. I know you ain't for real. And then it turns out they ain't for real. And at this point, it's giving me kind of a complex. Like, I don't know when it will not be. Like, when will it actually be for real? Like, just in a hypothetical situation, like, if I get more money and for some reason I actually start seeing more gains or some shit like that, and some bitch is like, what do? Do you go all the way up to like getting like your dick inside of her, and then as soon as you slip your dick, like the tip goes into her pussy, she's like, oh no, I have a boyfriend. What? You're a creep. Oh my God. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I have no idea. Like, at what point is she blatantly trying to get yo dick? Because, like, I don't know. I've had situations where they were just like, yeah, boy, I'm gonna suck yo dick through your butthole. And you're just like, well, damn, bitch did say that she would orally satisfy me through my own anus. So so that's gotta be a dead giveaway. You know what I mean? Like, she's launching fucking flares, and then you go, and then you're like, okay, so she's willing to step into my frame. Okay, let's go out, bitch. And then she makes an excuse and goes, no, and then goes to, and it's just like, I don't know what I expected. You know what I mean? Like, what was going to happen? I'm like, why? Then why did you come all this way, bitch? Why would you? And I don't know if I should say it on stream. I flipped out and like, I said it to my brother or some shit like that, where I was like, what if a dude just like, what if it was legal for dudes or socially acceptable for dudes just to run up on bitches and grab them and pin them up into a wall and go like, I'm going to rape you. And then, like, when they go, oh my God, like, piss themselves, go, I'm just kidding, bitch. I'm not going to fucking rape you. Like, that's kind of what, anyway, but that would be fucking terrible, obviously. We live in a horrible rape culture, so, we can't, it's, yeah, this stream might get deleted, yeah. Jam says, you smoke weed? Watch the last stream in its entirety. No, I don't, but I have. but I didn't inhale. I just raped children. No, that's my impression of Bill Clinton. He was big with pedophile Epstein. You know, he was a good friend. Oh man, Hillary would do the satanic child sacrifice. You gotta rape him first. Gotta do that. So that's gonna be Bill Clinton for you. Okay, Rose Black says based like a turkey. Turkey. Okay then. Stevie Wonder. You're not Steve Wonder. You're not Stevie Wonder. Very superstitious. Devil's on his way. I had the definitive collection of Stevie. Fucking love me some Stevie Wonder. He says, I've been playing through Uncharted for the first time. Don't know why I haven't played it sooner. Uncharted is the shit. I hope you're enjoying it. You need to play all four of the Uncharted quadrology. That's probably what that's called. I hope that's what it's called. Pit Freak says, I keep meaning to shave mine, but to be honest, college takes my life energy. Yeah, word. That's literally why I shave my head. Like, I don't think it looks good. It's so in the morning, I don't gotta do one more goddamn thing. It saves me like 4 minutes. It's not even 4 minutes. It's like 3 more minutes that I can just conk out. You know what I mean? Like, I always laugh whenever I think about that. There's that one meme that I like where it's like me waking up in the morning and it's like a clip, a screenshot of a recipe for baked potato, and it's like after you take the potato out of the oven, the phrasing was let the potato rest for 5 minutes. I'm just like, that's me in the morning. Let the potato rest. Malone Johnson says Christmas has been illegal in Massachusetts since 1690. Yeah, so have guns though. Yeah, man, Mass. You guys used to be based. Now you're not. Now you're kind of cucked. No worries. The South will probably, hopefully, maybe rise again. Maybe one day the South will rise again. No, don't. I was just about to hum Dixie, and I just realized don't fucking do that. They'll probably. Well, it doesn't matter what you fucking do. Be politically correct. Be politically incorrect. For children. For out children. Have guns. Don't have guns. Bat shit. Rat shit. Dirty old twat. 69 asshole tied in a knot. Lizard shit. Hooray. Fuck. Like no matter what you do, you're fucked. You're fucked in life. All right. Are you tall? You're fucked. Are you short? You're fucked. You know, my dad, one of these days, I actually, I finished, I've become my father, like in a very Jumanji sense. Like, my dad hates long pants, wears shorts everywhere. I have started wearing tan shorts like my old man everywhere. And like, ball caps. I started wearing like a fucking, you know, like not an operator style ball cap, but like the Explorer, the North Face, except for it was a shitty brand called Burton that I got in an outlet with my friends up in Boston or some shit like that. And I started wearing those hats to the gym because you know they're good. It's easier to tie than the bandana. Although, unlike the bandana, you can't wring it out. So, like, kind of makes my car smell like ass because I leave that shit on the dashboard where it cooks in the sun. Yeah. Anyway, and so I'm starting to I'm starting to become my old man, you know, which was like that theme of Jumanji, not that shitty remake they did, that sequel they did with The Rock. Everyone involved with that should be beheaded by jihadists and their families. But anyway. The original cool Jumanji, which I have to admit, if you ever go back and rewatch that, yeah, the CGI is shit. Don't judge it on that. It's a really cool story. Oh my god, now I want to get drunk and watch it so badly. Do not do it. You will be throwing your gains away. I did chest and tries today. Fuck. It's not, and it's not. I have so many good memories of watching that film and getting drunk. The drunk will not be a good high. There are other highs that last longer. It is fine. Like the duration of action of alcohol is like 5 fucking minutes. You want to have a high for 5 minutes? It's not going to benefit you. You're going to be hungover the whole next day. 5 minutes, whole next day. Get it through your mind. But I can't because my brain just keeps on wanting to do the same goddamn shit. So anyway, Jumanji though, that was based. It was one of the last good films that Hollywood ever made, and it had like a good pro-father message. It was literally like a very stiff upper lip British story of like, you will become your father. Do not panic. You know what I mean? Like, and in the end, even though his dad's kind of a rough asshole, he goes back in time and he's like, hey, Dad, I'm really sorry. And his dad's like, nah, I'm kind of sorry too. It was really sweet. And I think it was Paramount Pictures. Oh, yeah, because Disney wasn't involved. That's probably why. But I realized that I'm becoming my dad kind of thing. And one of the major signs was I finished paying bills and I stood up from like, we don't have a desk. My dad had a desk. We have like the ottoman. And so I stood up and... Jesus, I hope my calves are big enough. I'm like looking at my calves and I'm just like, fuck yeah, I hope those are big calves. I stood up and I said, they fuck you, they fuck you, they fuck you. And I threw the bills down or whatever.
And my brother was like, "Now you sound like Dad." You know what I mean? And because my dad used to finish growing up, my dad was a little bit like Frank Murphy or that '70s show Red Foreman or whatever. Not really with authority, just the way of every day he was just like, "Fuck me." He used to wake up, and as he was so fucking weird. He would wake up, and as he was going to work, like I was still watching like Pokemon Saturday morning cartoons, and he'd be singing this song and be going zippity doo dah, zippity day, my oh my, what a insert where he worked kind of day, all kinds of retards are coming my way. He would just sing that, and then he would go, all right, and he would put on his ball cap, and you would hear him jingle his change and shit. He would go, all right, Mahooty, Mahoney! He would just say that really fucking loud, and like we never knew what that was until one day we just concluded he was, because he would like go, ah, yeah, my hoodie, and he would grab his wallet. His hoodie was his wallet. Goose juice was sunscreen. Goose grease was sunscreen. Goose juice was Kool-Aid. The motherfucker would drink like a gallon of Kool-Aid a day. There's no way that his liver isn't 18 shades of red. He only like red Kool-Aid. He only like that one flavor. We're like, what about cherry apple? And he's like, nah, I don't like that fucking shit. And we confronted him about this, and we're like, oh yeah. So one time we're in line at it was like one of the first auto checkout machines that rolled out at a fucking Food Lion, and he didn't like it because Food Lion was not as cheap as like the bargain bin horrible places that we would shop for food, which were just like Death Mart, you know what I mean, with the meat packages that had question mark on them and shit. And he slid it through, and it was like, ding, $5 for bananas, and he was just like, what the fuck? And he paid up. And like, it's like, thank you for shopping at Food Lion. And there was a little child behind us with like a pack of Pokemon cards who was gonna ring that shit up, and he went, yeah, thanks for fucking me in the ass, and then like took his shit. This one time we're at Taco Bell, and he's like, yeah, can I get a steak quadanza? And he's in the drive-thru, and they're like, sir, do you mean quesadilla? And he went, yeah, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. He was just so abrasive about certain things, and I've definitely inherited that. So we confronted him about it, and we're like, Steven was like, my brother's like, the other day, Tolstoy finishes the Bills, and he did the same thing that you would always do, not shouting Mahooty. He went, yeah, they fuck you, they fuck you, they fuck you. And he's like, yeah, you know where I got that from? That's Lethal Weapon 4. And I was like, what? And we pulled up the scene where it's Chris Rock and not Joe Pesci. It might be Joe Pesci. Yeah, it's Joe Pesci. And they're having some like weird discussion about early cell phones or whatever. And they're like, and Chris Rock's like, they tried to bill me for a 4-hour call to some guy in Afghanistan. I don't even talk to my daddy for 4 hours. Who the fuck am I calling in Afghanistan? And Joe Pesci's like, and they keep getting smaller every year, kid. So you lose them and you got to buy another one. They fuck you. I tell you, they fuck you, they fuck you, they fuck you with the cell phones. And I don't know, man. They do. They fuck you. They fuck you. They fuck you. All right. That was a long tangent. But I really don't care because I'm just burning up time. In between now, I'm trying to restrain myself from walking down to the corner store and getting me a 6-pack of the bad boy juice. We're not doing that tonight. And I do have to get up early and go hiking. And like, you can definitely burn off a hangover by hiking, but that's not what we're doing. We are going to drink sobriety, which really isn't all that sober, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. Jam says, you might be training and eating right, but perhaps you need to work on your rest and getting proper sleep. Sleep is important. Oh, I've been getting great sleep. And that's one thing is like, I don't know, man. I'm like super worried about like the frogs being turned gay and shit like this. And not that you need to know this shit, but like one of the obvious signs of like low testosterone would be like, the flag not at full mast. And like at the same time, I also don't give a fuck about bitches. So like a few years ago, when I went back to Otakon, like, I just didn't give a shit. There's tastiness everywhere and just juicy titties be just flopping around in your face. But I just didn't give a shit. Like, and after a while, I was like, oh my God, is your testosterone, like, maybe you're an old man. Like, maybe, because, and that was like when I was like 27. So I was like fucking worried because I was drinking a lot and that's bad for testosterone. And, but I get really great sleep and I do wake up halfway through the night and like flag full mass. So I don't know. Like, if I had low T, like, you would think the beard wouldn't even come in or not. And I've made gains. I can lift heavier shit, but not fast. Like, I have not made fast gains. It took me a long time to get up to this point. Like, I think right now I'm benching at 165, which is my weight. Like, my triceps are higher. My tricep press is 190. And I realized, like, it's hard for me to even get the machine into the position that I need to do that because that's more than I weigh. That outweighs me by 20 pounds, actually more than that. Yeah, and so it's really kind of funny to watch me like put my hands on the pedals and go nah, 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 and like jump up and down on it trying to get it to go down into the start position. Like it's pretty funny, but no one at the gym laughs because they're cool people. But so yeah, I get good sleep. I eat really impeccably well, I think. What did I have yesterday? I woke up, have a power bar with my energy drink. What was lunch? Lunch was a like a Mexican bowl or whatever from the Mexican restaurant or whatever, which was it's in quinoa. I do the quinoa. Workout, and then for evening meal, I did a couple slices of roast beef, some green beans, a tiny little portion of rice, and then yes, I did have a nanner that I put some peanut butter on. But like it was a 2-hour workout, my guy. Like I'm working really hard. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weak. Maybe I'm a beta. Who knows? Maybe that's why that bitch won't suck my dick. Voss says, "What's good? The world is a piece of shit." Laughing my ass off. She was doing that to see her friend's reaction and to see which one was the most beta. I wish I remember I wish I had not gone on a 20-minute tangent because now I don't remember what we're talking about. To see which one of her friends was the most beta. I don't remember. Anyway. College professors are the dumbest educated people to exist. Yeah, perfect fucking example. College educated people are brain smart. My dad always taught me doctors are really smart people, but they lack all fucking common sense. They're really smart. They can't change a fucking tire worth a damn. And actually, he used to use that as an insult sometimes. Anytime like I fucked up or whatever, he'd be like, "You're like the doctors, man." You know what I mean? He always say that. He always be like, "You're like a fucking doctor." You know, like you're brain smart, but you lack common sense. And unfortunately, he's right. I do a lot of things weird where like if you hand me a jar, sometimes I just won't think about it and I'll hold on to the lid and I'll twist the jar around. You know what I mean? I don't mean to be Patrick Star about it, but you know. Yeah, Voss says dating is trash these days. Yeah, it's not even I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. North Carolina is radio goddamn active, and anything that isn't shit, it's been peed on by the military. And it's like I wouldn't care, but she is incredibly rare. And I have to admit that I did desire. Like I've had women that have been interested that I've just been interested in, like I just want to get a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? And I actually really just thought I was never ever going to find anyone that I would actually want to like, be with, but she definitely matches that. And I guess I could be sad about it, but it's like, well, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like she's not smart enough to come over here to kiss the Pope's ring, so fuck it. I could be angry about it, or I can just keep fucking working out, man. Like the other thing is like I don't know if I'm gonna stay here. I've got to get back on my adventure game. I cannot get lost in this like I can't stand still. Like I'm playing I'm playing fucking Days Gone, and I'm like, I need to go to Oregon. Like yesterday, I'm gone. Feast on, and if they legalize the magic mushrooms, you're gonna see like you're gonna be hearing fucking this land is your land, this land is my land. I'm gonna like do a Bugs Bunny and drill underneath the ground up here and be like, I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Like fuck, that's what it's gonna be. Creo Boy says Walmart SOG is better than your garbage spider. Creo, why don't you glow harder? Yeah, right. And Voss is like LMAFO, this troll. And then everything flipped. And it flipped again. Oh, God. Where are we at? The whole city behind us, dog. I'm scrolling back the fuck up. I know I had a long ass tangent about Jumanji and my dick, okay? This is how a Tolstoy stream. You better enjoy this because this is the end. I'm probably deleting the channel. So you all better be happy for what you fucking get. Because you want to make the PS3 louder? My brother's tuning in so that he can play Space for 1 hour before I come out there to take that shit. I'm sure he's not happy with that, but fuck it. I've got the shotgun and he doesn't know how it works. And I leverage that. I'm just kidding. I don't threaten my brother with a shotgun. I use a knife. Think you'll ever live in Maryland again? Fuck no, I'll never live in Maryland again. Holy shit. It is the third highest homicide rate in the union. How that red flag gun law is working for you guys? How's being libtards working for you? Is it good? Turning out good? Alrighty. Nah, fuck that shit. I don't miss home. I miss my friends. I don't miss Maryland, man. There are bigger and better things out in the West. And I could never afford to go back, let's be honest.
You interested in all that Pokemon Sword and Shield? Nah, they rubbed that shit into the ground with the chapter in Alola, and they still ain't fixed it yet. Wake me when you need me. Call me when you guys unfuck it. Muluga says, yes, the oil man is back. Okay. Voss says, at least the booze doesn't go cray-cray when you come home. And yeah, women are retarded and don't know what they want. They mostly just want attention. And I thought of that. I thought maybe she was just trying to get me, just to see if she could get a rile out of me. And I guess I failed the test and proved that but how can I know the difference between legitimate flirting and not? It's all giving me attention and having open, like, I straight up blocked her requests to go out with me like 6 times. Like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, how many times before before I can be certain that you aren't just wasting my 2016 hashtag waste his time? Like, how would I know? I guess I'll never know. And I guess I don't care, which is a shame, because what if there is a lady that wants to get some Tolstoy D, and then, like, because I'm so jaded, and that's why all my coworkers, my friends, and my family are like, oh no, you just need to give, women a try. Well, there's nice girls out there, and you just need to be more open, or you just need to approach. Like, no, because I've done it. How many times will I have, just like drinking, how many times will I have to do it before I get the message through my head that this never turns out right? And I thought about it, and I was at the gym, and I was just like, how many times have you gone to the gym and afterwards thought that was a terrible decision? None times. 0 times. I've never gone to the gym and been like, this is a terrible decision. But nearly all the times that I've interacted with women, it's been a terrible decision. In a grand minority of the time, has it actually turned out in my favor, and it has definitely been a break-even experience where I have to put a shit ton of work and effort into getting laid. And that's even considering if there's any emotional value to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, rarely have I ever actually been with any chick that I'm actually emotionally attached to. Like, at first I just thought I was a psychopath. Like, I was just like, wow, this chick, she's really enamored with you and you just don't even seem to care. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh man, maybe I'm a psychopath. I'm just one of those evil males that they talk about. And then, like, finally one day I met women who I was actually interested in. And I was like, oh wow, you seem on my level. I'm actually interested in buying this car. Like, I would like to spend time with you. You as more than just someone that I could fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I would actually not mind, like, talking with you. And those women don't want to be with me, apparently. So, like, man, ain't that about a bitch? So, yeah, repeating the same actions over and over again, expecting a different outcome until you break the cycle, and then everyone goes butthurt when you break the cycle and go, nah, I'm not interested. You know what I mean? Till everyone's like, well, why don't you approach that girl? Because I don't give a fuck. Because what's gonna happen? At best case scenario, she'll be interesting, and she won't want to be with me. Worst case scenario, she's not interesting, she's not even attractive, and she still thinks she's fucking better than me. I'm not making this like a giant, like, cry stream. Like, I'm greatly not. It's just, that's something that I was thinking about greatly last night. Because, like, I just passed her up and I went to the gym instead. So these were the things that I was thinking about. I was also kind of thinking about how, fuck it, this stream's probably getting deleted. The baby boomers and the way that they ruin the housing market reminds me a lot about feminism and fempowerment, and how it has kind of taught these, like, 6s that they're all 10s. I think that's, like, one of my major issues is that a lot of these chicks that I hunt, a lot of the ones that I would pick on are like 6s, 5s, and I don't care. I recognize that I'm like 5 foot nothing and have no money, so I'm okay with that. But, hey, look, I got an okay meal ticket. I'm a YouTube fucking celebrity. You know what I mean? Fucking, so can I get a 5 up in here? But see, they're drinking the dumb feminist bitch juice, and they think that they're 10s and they deserve alpha Chad cock. And I'm like, bitch, only if he's drunk. And I'm pretty sure the military refers to that as being a slam pig. Are you okay with that? And maybe they are, maybe they aren't, and I don't know. But I don't care. And in that same way, I thought about the baby boomers and how they hoard their house, which they want to sell. Just like a woman wants to find a relationship, or maybe just some random D, whatever. I'm not judging. Maybe you want to rent your house. Maybe you want to sell your house, right? But your house cost $100,000 in 1970. Well, the house hasn't changed, has it? Has it gotten better? Did you add anything onto it? Well, no, but the dollar bill has gone into the garbage because we voted in infinite, banker piggy wars in the Middle East. So I need more money for my house. So now I'm asking for $500,000. Yeah, bitch. But your house is really only worth $100,000, and the wages haven't gone up.
So
And then there's like this housing market collapse, and they're like, and they cry about it, and I'm like, yeah, I wonder if there's an equivalent that's coming for the sexual marketplace. I wonder if there's a day of reckoning coming for all those people who held on for too long, going, the man of my dreams, who is 10 foot tall and has 10 Maseratis, is coming for me. So I don't need yo little dick. You know what I mean? I wonder if, and so like I've just got my popcorn popped, and I've got Michael Jackson next to me, and he's got the one glove, and we're just eating popcorn, waiting for that shit, that day of reckoning. Like, I thought about that shit while rereading the book of Jeremiah. There's a part essentially where a lot of the Old Testament is the Jews kind of falling back on pagan shit, and Allah or Yahweh or Al Shaddai, which by the way, the names of God are fantastic when you know what they translate directly to in the histories of the. I kind of want to get into my esoteric, Nathan Drake mode right now. But what I really like is El Shaddai or Al Shaddai is legitimately just God supreme. So you got to think about this. El in the precursor to Hebrew being some kind of like Babylonian or I think it's Babylonian or whatever, some precursor dialect. It just means God. But they did have a master god named El, but it also, the name kind of doubled as just the general term for God. So you just slap Shaddai on that bitch and it means their God. So essentially it's like if Ford went so balls out that they were just like, it's the Ford car. You want to call it something? No, it's the Ford car, bitch. You will remember that it's called the car. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, long story short, the Jews in Jeremiah are worshiping Moloch, which, is a false, deity of child sacrifice. And there's this line where Jeremiah, the prophet of Yahweh or Allah or Al Shaddai or Hashem, or I'm sure none of these, or Jehovah, or I'm sure none of these are names I'm supposed to be saying out loud in accordance with Hebrew, but fuck them. He's not pleased with that shit. And he sends Jeremiah. And Jeremiah says, you know that those idols will not come to life, but you keep laying all of your sacrifices and burning incense and putting gold jewelry and silver jewelry on the statues of Moloch and shit like that. And I kind of feel like, Jeremiah is based in Red Pilled. And like all of the blue pills and the betas and the bitches are all just worshiping Moloch, who are like, Hillary Clinton and or Oprah, you know what I mean? And it's just Jeremiah is just the troll who just comes out. I just see him with a big beard and the, you know what I mean, and the hood, and he's just like, that shit ain't gonna come true. Ain't no man with a 10-inch dick and 9 Maseratis coming in for yo ass, bitch. What are you doing? And they're just like, stupid fucking, and they just double down. They hum num shavai, and bow even harder to the pagan idol. And I'm just sitting here going like, no, won't, bitch. Like, Allah's mighty bitch slap is coming for ya. And when he slap a hoe, he maketh that her teeth to fly and the ground to shake. More ice upon my father's hand than in all the pimp cups of all the land. Jeremiah was pretty fucking dope. When I was a kid and I was a little lib bitch, I was like, I would read the Old Testament. I was like, Old Testament God is patriarchal and problematic. And now I go back and I read that shit and I'm like, that's right, bitch. Like, fucking, I read that shit now and I'm just like, I get it. Israel is the bottom bitch and Allah is the pimp. And he tell that bitch, you need to be out there making, and the prophets are just the older, wiser hoe. And every time Israel gets slapped, she cries and she goes, what did I do? And fucking the older hoe is just like, baby, daddy only hits you because he loves you. Didn't he take your ass up out of Egypt? Did he not make it rain magic bread from the sky? Don't daddy take care of you? Well, then you need to be out there making his money, bitch. This John Moloch ain't gonna take you away from all this shit. You daddy's property. And that shit's based. This is getting deleted. But if I claim to be a Muslim, though, can they delete my shit? I might be okay. I've thought about that for work. If I wanted to be untouchable, I could roll in and go, Allah says you're a whore and I should be able to kill you. And then if they say anything, I could be like, did you speak against the prophet? You know what I mean? Like, can I do that shit? Or does my power, like, I don't know. Because I've seen some shit with HR. I've seen black men lose to white women. Like, in the weird social justice Olympics, I really thought black man had more mana than white woman. How did the white woman win? I don't get it. Like, fuck, I backed the wrong horse on that one. Oh, well. We live, and Zachary Pina, of course, it's obligatory. We live in a society Rose Black says, I know this goes without saying, but you probably shouldn't get them pregnant. I think that's a safe bet. I think at this point, I probably couldn't get them fucking pregnant because of how many chemicals are in the air and how much I've drank and all the shit. I mean, I don't fucking know. I've never had my shit tested or whatever, but hey man, I just fucking wear condoms, man. Like, I don't care what a bitch is. And this one time, this one bitch was like, I'm on intrauteral shit. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, also, she's like, I'm allergic to latex. And I was like, and she's like, also, you need to love me forever. And I was like, they make lambskin condoms. And she was like, wee! And I was like, that's right, bitch. That's right. Voss Montenegro says, laughing my ass off. It'll get deleted once we're done joking about Epstein. Yeah. Creo Boy says, Bill Clinton is a goddamn god. How dare you insult the greatness? He is! Creo is fucking CIA! I knew it! I got you out of fucking cover. I fucking got you to admit that you glow, bitch! You glow so hard as soon as I hurt your prophet. As soon as I spoke against the child pedophile rapist murderer and his horrible demonic wife, you went, how dare you? And you came out from your cover. I see you, bitch. Haven Namira says Rhode Island is the tits, though. Is it? It is, but you guys are kind of cold. And I don't know, but Rhode Island has some weird gun laws, has some knife. I don't know if it was Boston that was cucked with its knife laws. Well, look, girl, if you're loving Rhode Island, fucking stay there. Like, yeah, it's cool. I definitely like my time spent there, but like, I don't know if I could do the cold anymore. And I also need to be where there's large ass mountains. I know that we were talking about Maine, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Voss says, Dickie die doe, South will rise again. Like, no, they fucking will. I actually, when I went to go visit Haven, we were in Salem and there was a nice couple there that like showed us down, like, the museum you're looking for is down the street. And they went, thank you. And as I was walking away, I went, the South shall rise again. And then I went, just kidding. They can't unfuck themselves. You're safe. Malong Johnson says, maybe lay off the energy drinks and a shit ton of sugar. This is all natural. I have had 2 energy drinks, but I needed to clean the apartment because they're having a penis inspection day. So I did that, but I also had one before I worked out. So I worked out for 2 fucking hours and I've been cleaning for like 6. So Rose Black says, it depresses me that someone looked at the script for Welcome to the Jungle and approved it. Oh yeah. Well, that fucking shit. Some kid came into one of my coworkers' kids came in and she was like, tell him your favorite line from Jumanji. And my face lit up. I was like, all right, you like Jumanji? And they're like, yeah, fucking Kevin Hart is funny. And I was like, I'll snap your fucking neck. How dare you ever bring that in front of me? Voss says, I love when Robin Williams threw the fucking cavalry sword at the old British hunter dude, and it didn't do shit. My brother often compares me to, his name is actually Von Pelt, by the way, that's his official name. And he's played by the same actor that plays his dad, because it's supposed to represent his dad. And he always compares me to Von Pelt, because he's just like, blast, I will need more ammunition for this. They stopped making this in 1830. Then I will need a replacement weapon. Well, there's a 14-day waiting period, and you're going to have... well, then I can just fill these out. You know what I mean? It just gives them the... Oh, yeah, man. Classic. Miluga says, you are looking rusty, Tolstoy. Have a refreshing drink of cold knife oil. Miluga, stop trying to make that meme happen. It's never going to happen. Quit trying to make fetch happen. Zachary Pina says, you're right. He needs to lap up some Ballistol. Is that the shit that you, like, Barbasol? Ballistol? Is that the shit you put on? You used it to shave? Oh, Jesus. Let us quench his thirst. Refreshing, oily oils of the finest quality. Miluga, stop. I'm scrolling past all of Miluga posting. Malong Johnson says, me and my friend go hiking to Mount Tom. Where we reach the top, we roll a cig and relax. Hiking is good meditation. It really is. Cigs are, I don't know, man. I've heard that hand-rolled cigs are not as bad. God, oh yeah. Coming up on this test, I wanted to buy a fucking pack of cigarettes so goddamn bad. Can I have 1 cigarette? No, you cannot have 1 cigarette. It is bad for you. Rose Black, or Rose Black, says, you don't care about the bitches, but female dogs are cute. No, I love female dogs. My mom even said that. She's like, we got into some conversation. My mom tries to play Christian white mana on me, and I'm like, obviously all fucking green mana. You know what I mean? She does push, and she's just like, I've been reading Tale of Two Cities, and I was like, Tale of Two Cities is about a guy who's a cuck and a beta bitch. And finally, after like 3 hours of her trying to convince me to be some sort of like, beta fag, Oh, oh God, I forgot you can't say that, but it's so good to say. I love that that Dave Chappelle skit where he's just like, oh man, quick question. Why can't I say the word faggot? Like, because Dave, you are not a homosexual. Yeah, well then hey, I'm gay. I'm a bi-transnary who I'm a gay man that loves to ram pussy. Huh. You don't believe that's real? Fuck you, bigot. So, it's just so good to say. I don't have anything against gay people. You know what I mean? I love gay people, but like, faggot, it feels so good to say. I actually one of my good friends or whatever who is gay. I told him, and I quote, at the end of your life, because I just always fuck with him, because he's a Christian, so I always fuck with him, and I'm just always like, God hates you for being gay. Like I just say that shit. You know what I mean? And like, what did I say? I said, at the end of your life, you can still go to heaven if after all this you just say no homo. You know what I mean? Like that's what you got to do at the end of all things. As long as you just say no homo, but to make sure that you say no homo, otherwise you're going to hell. I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about. Oh yeah, my mom was just like, "You have more mercy for dogs," because like she was yelling at the dog, and I was like, "Don't you dare yell at him! Like, he didn't do nothing." And I pick him up. I was like, no, he's good. He's a good dog. He's a good boy. Because I love fucking animals, like, And she's like, you have more mercy for that dog than people have. Like, oh, fucking course I do. People are shit. If a dog is bad, it's because of mistreatment or because it's a sick animal. But like, if a person is bad, they had a chance to not be a shit bag. They just chose to be a fucking shit bag. Just Soda's in. He says, hey, how's it going? He's just Soda. Zachary Pina says, oh, it all jumped and the house was jumping. God damn, I'm fucking hungry though. God, I threw away those seeds that were laced with obey. They were pretty fucking good. I was eating those, reading about environmentalism and shit, sipping normal tea as opposed to sobriety, which is different. It is psychoactive elements. Zachary Pina says, what we all need is more nights out in the middle of fucking nowhere, though. You mean like camping? Yeah, I do need that. So, yeah. It's weird what information sticks in our mind, says Rose Black. Ultimate X James says, I only say random stuff because you like even care anyway. Okay. Weird call. Comment number. Fuck. I shout so much that my nose actually starts to like drip a little bit. Jam says, if you think you got low testosterone, you'll convince yourself you have signs every time. Can be psychological, physiological. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's like I'm paranoid because I'm afraid that you hit 30 and then just everything goes to shit. And it's like, well, then I won't be able to build muscle. And then like, I'll never be able to climb the devil's thumb and I should just kill myself now. And if that's the case, fuck, I'll do it, man. I gotta know. I could go to the doctor, but like, I don't feel like going to a doctor. Like I should be able to like I found out you can't just walk into a blood drawing clinic and tell them what you want. That is not America, ma'am. You need to fix that shit. That's America up in this bitch. Ultimate X James says, you look like you don't care. Good. Then that reflects correctly. Sukabliat says, we've come to the end of our time. Yeah, I know. Voss says, why are you deleting your channel? Voss, did you watch the last live stream? Like, have you seen Kappa? Do you think that I have 40 grand for every single video that I've made about action figures? Because I don't. It's PS4 now, by the way. I'm drunk. Okay, James. Very good. Winston says, hey, Big T. What to do, Clive? When you coming down? When you bringing the good stuff, Clive? We need to do it in the forest, Clive. That came out wrong. People are like, he wants to fuck a guy named Clive in the forest? Like, no. I want to trip dicks in the forest. Voss Montenegro says, yeah, it's a lot of effort for a little reward. I recommend sluts. Yeah, no, you still have to work for it. I don't know women who are that easy. They all think that they can get to anyway. We should probably not harp on that too fucking hard, man. I've already tripped all the fucking sensors that I could. Ultimate X James says, if you don't respect your body, no one is going to respect you. That's all I do is work out. What more can I fucking do? I don't understand. What do you want? Go away. You're drunk. Have you ever had close female friends? I have. And actually, that's fine. I'm okay with having women as friends, but there's usually some nice barrier keeping them from being problems. It's like, look, the dating market is rough, and where men and women used to have, despite the fact that there was still somewhat of an adversarial or co-evolution role, it was kind of smoothed over by monogamous systems. Now that's not even fucking in place. So men and women are like kind of full civil war out there. So whenever I have a woman who's a friend, she's usually married. That generally helps because then it's just like, okay, well, I'm not trying to fuck you then. You know what I mean? And it like takes that element out. I kind of think it's an interesting situation, and it kind of reminds me of like an animal that would otherwise hunt another animal, but being in like the zoo, so it's stuck behind its cage and she is stuck behind hers, and so it's just like we talk, I just say, hey, what's up, you know what I mean, like, and I'm not going to try to make a swipe because I know my hand won't fit that far through the bars, you know what I mean, like it helps. You should bang your local pipe. Oh, Jesus fuck, Creo, I'm going to bang you with a pipe. Cthulhu Film says, what did I miss? Everything. Ultimate James X says, we'll get an ultimate job, lol. Okay, I'm skipping all of the useless bullshit. Voss says, yeah, the market crash for pussy is coming, and once the next war happens, or the Boogaloo happens. Yeah, man. Fuck. Anyway. Or the economy collapses, or the West wakes up and... I'm not going to finish that statement. Yeah, man, I hope. He seems like a random guy, so why is he so wrong when I say random things? What the fuck are you talking about? Feminism plus veganism equals nope. I can only take so much preaching. Word. Zachary Pina says, I've known vegetarians that still ate chicken. Those people are about the worst you can get. Okay, wait a second. That's not entirely accurate, Mr. President. So there is one class of whatever the fuck, if you want to call it that, and those are Hindu, my dude. And like, I really love Hindus, man. So essentially, like, the way that I'm not going to explain the entirety of like the caste system and reincarnation, but they frown upon anything that has to do with violence. The less violence, including eating animals, that you do during your life, the higher your level of reincarnation to the next caste system, or the more likely you'll reincarnate into a higher level of the caste system. So like, I've known a bunch of Hindus, man, and they're pretty cool people. And it's just like, they're not vegetarian, but they kind of are. Like, they don't care. They'll eat an animal, but it's got to be like a fish or a chicken or something like that, because those are lower on the animal cat. But like, obviously never a fucking cow or pig, or some shit like that, which is like, I don't know, man, that's kind of fucking dope. I'm like reverse racist against Indians in the sense that like, I just like Indians. Like, if an Indian dude says to do with that, like, most of the time I read about their shit and I'm like, makes sense. I mean, besides like shitting in the streets, they do that. Physically defecating in the streets is like, it's a huge problem over there. They do that shit a lot. But other than that, I always like read about like Indian stuff, like both religions and their history, and I'm like, based. You know what I mean? Like, both peaceful and based. Chandragupta was like the first emperor of India, and like he didn't fight really too many people. He just sort of like united all of India, or the most of the subcontinent, like by just wandering up to villages and being like, hey, you're in the empire now. And they're like, do we have to change anything? It's like, no, but I'm your emperor. And they're like, dope. That's fine. Somebody like, I can't remember who it was. It might have been the Assyrians attacked them, and they gave them like 50 elephants and was like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, base, like, here's 50 elephants, leave. And they were like, dope, 50 elephants, okay. You know what I mean? Like, fucking based. And like a bunch of Brahmin, the priest class or whatever, were like, they told him, hey, did you know murdering is wrong? And they're like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, you won't reincarnate good if you murder. And he's like, for real? What will I come back as if I don't? And they're like, I don't know, fucking eagle. And he's like, that's based. I love eagles. I'm a vegetarian now, and I don't kill people. I'm still the emperor. Just don't fight me, because I'm not going to fight you back, bro. And all of India was like, you know what I mean? Like, great. Like, that's and there's an entire chapter of Francis Fukuyama's Origins of Political Order that's like that, and the entire time I'm just laughing my ass off. India's great. Like, fucking love India. That's why I love Far Cry 4. Creo Boy says, nope, I'm not gonna read that. Malong Johnson says, a pimp named Slickback just described Jeremiah to me. Yeah, word. I've watched this guy since 2008. My college mates think you're funny. Suka Bliat says, a society lives in us. Voss Montenegro says, white women beat black men because of a JJ. Yeah, but he was a black guy. She's white. Like, doesn't that... I know the social justice math is beyond retarded, but I mean, doesn't that... Anyway. Someone who lives
in a mass town next to Rhode Island. We all hate most Rhode Islanders, especially the drivers. Yeah, well, I hate to tell you Cthulhu films, but like I have heard the term masshole bandied about. Like, so I'm sure it's mutual. Zachary Pina says, "Get that weak shit out of here." Tolstoy. I did say that. You can quote me on none of this. Quote me on none of this. Tell no one that you see this. Don't tell Hillary where I'm hiding. Ballistol is like an all-purpose oil for metal, wood, and leather. That's interesting. I could use some of that. Um, you looking forward to Jamaica? The Next Level movie is coming out in 2020 January, I think. I don't know what you're talking about, and no. It jumped. It fucking jumps every time. Can't read. Rabnif Dilandavakam. Okay, then says, I watched your videos when I was 12. This is so surreal. Hey guys, stop mentioning your fucking ages. This is how Kappa is going to rape me. Stop. This is why I'm gonna have to delete everything. They gave Van Pelt a fucking Daewoo sweeper too. Scary ass shotgun. Isn't Daewoo a car manufacturer? You're still crazy as ever. Much love, says Jessica Miller. Jessica, are you a hot chick and do you want my number? I mean, no. Rose Black says, like 90% of people never use faggot as a slur. Yeah, I know. They do it just not in the workspace and not on social media. It's like, I'm so good at self-censoring, but that's not what these streams are about, man. Clive Winston says, tell us your thoughts on solapism. Well, I'm not a woman, so I don't think about that shit much. Bumtish. Oh yeah, Miluga asks about Onision. Yeah, well, have you heard about Drake? The same thing. I have no fucking idea why this shit keeps fucking happening. It never fucking happened to me. And yes, I did have teenage girls that basically but I mean I was like 20 or 19 when I was doing YouTube, and like there was like some 16-year-old girl or whatever who was like, yeah, we should have like a long distance online relationship. And she made fan art of me, and she was cool. She wasn't unattractive, and she was, nice. She just wasn't super. I mean, she wasn't very mature because she was 16 fucking years old, and I don't vote Democrat, so I'm not a pedo. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I'm pretty sure we're not doing that. And like at 19, I was like too cool for school. I was just like, no, ma'am, you are 16. But in fact, I've always kind of preferred slightly older women. But now that I'm 30, no, we're good. You can keep that post 30 post wall shit to yourself. But yeah, I never did an Onision slash a Bill Clinton slash a Epstein slash a Drake slash a R. Kelly slash. We're gonna be here all day. So no, I heard about him. Fuck him. He seemed like a weird cuck to me. Deserves whatever he gets. Clive Winston says, you got to keep the streaming up until the 15th. Yeah, all right, we'll do, I guess. Clive Winston says, oh, you better believe I'm coming down as soon as I can, Papa T. Please do, man. Please let me know. Let me know on Facebook or whatever, whenever you can come down. I'm actually going hiking in Uwara tomorrow. So there's that. Me and Hal are going to hook up. We were going to go climbing, but I think he injured his shoulder on a trampoline. Never get on a fucking trampoline, man. Creo says, inject E. coli. Okay, Christ, I'm going to kill you. Every time I'm just going to stop reading your comments. Voss says, laughing my ass off. I've had it pretty easy with bitches then, I guess. Just recently had some actually like, yeah, great, good for you. Probably just because you're tall and dark. I am not, but like whatever. Don't really give a shit. But yeah, women are super not into if you're short. So there's one of two things that I can believe: that my lack of height is indicative of me being unmensch, and that I'm genetically inferior, and I'm dumb, and I'm not athletic because I'm not a tall meathead. Or bitches are just stupid as fuck. Like Roy, I can smell the Kong Benavides, would like a word with you. Daniel, let me give you a hand in a way, would like a word with you. Everyone who's climbed Mount Everest would like a word with you. The Gurkhas would like a word with you. India would like a word with you. Southern American cartels would like a word with you. Most of Africa would like a word with you. Basically, who are those other? Oh, the Native Americans would also like a word with you. One of my tall friends tried to rock that argument that like the eugenicist argument that like height definitely is indicative of like better genes and shit like that. And he was like, well, it's obviously a sign of good nutrition. I'm like, yes, malnutrition can result in shorter length of bone, but there's plenty of societies that have amazing goddamn nutrition and just aren't fucking tall. And he's like, no, and I was like, Japan. And he's like, well, I was like, Mexico. And he's like, and I'm just like, all the Polynesians. You know what I mean? Fucking Vietnam. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're really starving over there with all that rice and fresh caught fish and shrimp and all like the best food that you can possibly eat. Yeah, the Japanese and their diets are fucking terrible. Like, oh wait, it's the best food in the world. But I don't know, and I don't care. I sort of do, but not really, in the sense that I just sort of wonder, like, because obviously these traits are things that women evolved to look for, and it's either a fisharian runaway or it's not. So it's either just something that was advantageous to us, like in the plains of Africa, where being taller meant you could easily see a lion, and now it doesn't matter, or it's actually really indicative of like, you know, something, you know, having better access to better nutrition or something like that. Like, but heck if I know. Orky Bork says, you most likely won't get sued. The FTC isn't going to go after every single person who uploaded a video that would appeal to a kid. Look, I don't know, man. You most likely, can you say beyond the shadow of a fucking doubt? Lucas says he is a creative guy who gives things a try. This is true. I am. Besides, you're not someone who, fuck, I need a glass of water. Jesus Christ. I'm very thirsty. Don't read into that. Oh, my arms. It was, oh God, my legs too. I love doing that. Oh, fuck. And then I realized you have to. Whee! To answer your question, for no other reason than this is America and I can, so fuck you. Turn the microphone a little up and maybe I can sit farther away from this bitch. Let me see here. Yes, I can. Oh, God, there. Now I don't either have to hold the goddamn mic or just sit. Oh, now I can fucking sit back. Check that shit out. Yeah, fucking. Also, I didn't think the vest was very flattering. It made me look fat. And I am fat, and I don't understand why. But only around my belly, and that's insanely worrying. Delicious fucking water. You know how handy this cup has come? Drugs, water, coffee, booze, everything. Okay. Clive Winston says, dude, I love a drunk history with Tolstoy. Can this be a series? Like, but I'm not drunk. But yes. Yes, it can. Malong Johnson says, do you think impeaching Trump will bring us closer to a civil war? Motherfucker, can they finally do it? How many times do they have to announce? Like, how many times does Pelosi have to eke out like a... eke out like a fucking Skeksis going... and then go, we will impeach him. How many fucking times? It's like the 12th time, the 13th goddamn time. You have nothing on him. You can do nothing about it. Suck a dick. Like, fuck, man. I never thought I'd be a Republican, but Christ. Like, here's me in the center being a libertarian. And here's, well, I guess it should go on the right. Well, this is your stage, right? So here's all the Republicans and here's the Democrats. I hate you equally. Evil white men should be gassed. Here's you getting infinitely crazier. Now who am I closer to?
Fuck, god damn. Just every fucking day. Like, here's the issue. So for reals, during the Obama administration and through much of the Bush administration, anytime there was some rapey shit going on, the underground news media, only on the internet, but sometimes on the regular news media, would sound the alarm. They'd be like, hey, this is the Patriot Act. It's bad. What the fuck? And then Obama re-upped the Patriot Act. And I was like, oh, really, motherfucker? And, and then like for the next whatever years, the Bilderberg groups would just come out, the Bilderbergs and all the banking cartels and the EU would be like, well, we have the new Rape Act, which you must sign. These international treaties that were like, we can just deforest the entire world and, round up your children and gas them and shit like that. And I remember the internet would sound the alarm. How many times have we had a coppa, sopa, stoppa, wanka, fracka, tippa, tappa, dika, dappa, upper, downer, smacker, quacker? We had all of those. Now, radio silence. And I'm terrified. I'm at the point of the game where I'm just like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's happening? And I mean, and I'm trying to get something on the radio, and all I can hear is CNN going like, it's evil Orange Man, he's racist. Well, I'm trying to go, shut up, I can't hear. Are the Bilderbergs doing something? Is Epstein raping children? Are they trying to make the New World Order? What's going on? And all I can hear is like, all I see is reports of like, today Trump had a sandwich, he is racist. And so that's all I can hear while I'm actually trying to collect real fucking intel. And it's fucking annoying. If I could stab the fuckers at CNN and make them stop talking so I can actually hear clearly from underground sources, I feel like we've lost our goddamn minds and like news isn't even about news anymore. I don't know anything about Trump. I don't know anything about his policies. I really fucking don't. I could tell you a lot about Obama's policies. I could tell you a lot about George Bush's policies. I know nothing about what we're doing in the Middle East. What are we doing about, we don't actually report on the news. We just make up weird, almost like social media bad girl, snap, mean girl in a high school movie drama about whether or not Trump, his orange man, is evil. You know what I mean? Like, it's all a fucking show. It's all a goddamn joke. And like, it really makes me worry that like now they're secretly doing nefarious things behind the scenes that I should be aware of, but I'm not because the media doesn't report on that anymore because they don't do their fucking jobs. Yeah, we're deleting this string. Voss says, I use Balisol to clean my guns, bro. It's good shit. Does a great job at rust protection. Yeah, well, I need that because it's moist up in this bitch. I mostly use it on my surplus rifles and my muzzle loaders. Could recommend that shit. Nice. Well, I'll look into it. Mostly I like CLP, even for jerking off. No, just kidding. No, just kidding. No. I'm just like scrolling through most of the shit that I don't care about. Well, Creo points out that this is my tactical cup. I wish there was vodka in it. Oh, well. Oh, great. Doesn't matter. Clive Winston says, true libertarians unite. Yeah, word, man. When will the brown coats rise again? Miluga says, how's the new PSP 3000? Okay. Huh. Rose says, I thought you were apolitical. No! What? Are you kidding? Do you remember my oldest YouTube videos? I used to be liberal as fuck. I was really a Republican when I was 16. Then I became really, really fucking liberal. Then I realized it's all bullshit and I became a libertarian. So like hardcore fucking, like to the point where like somebody even at work commented on it. He was like, you don't even sound like you're a libertarian. You sound like you're an anarchist. And I was like, what? 9? And he's like, yeah. Libertarians don't argue that there should be no government. They argue that there should be limited government. What you're saying is no government. The camera just pans back and I got a Tech 9, a hooker, and a bag of blow. And I'm just like, yeah! Just firing the gun wildly into the air. Malong Johnson says, people want to impeach Trump, but they will lose their shit if Pence becomes president. Yeah, I know, dude. Mike, the electric fence, Pence. Mike, 20 amps to the nipple clamps, Pence. Mike, no tomorrow for Gomorrah, Pence. Mike uses sodomites like Christmas lights, Pence. Mike, if he likes the cock, we'll give him a shock, Pence. Mike, if he gives him head, we'll shock him dead. Pence. Like, those names, man. Those are great. The name de guerre is so wonderful. Rose Black says, my God, SNL's Trump parodies are bad, though they haven't been funny in a while. Yeah, bro. I liked that show when I was a kid. I no longer like it. Orky Borky says, do you have video saved like on your hard drive for your own sake? No, I never saved my shit. You think I care? Trump says a comment about grabbing pussy. The media says impeach him. Epstein gets murdered in a jail cell, and the media says silent. He didn't get. Oh yeah, he did get murdered. That's right. Or I'm really more of a fan that they disappeared him. He probably just they swapped him out for a body double, and now he's on his island raping kids. Muluga, I don't know what you're doing. You might. That's not possible. It sedates you in high enough doses. You're fucking up. Don't fuck up. What do you do? Then you need to come to. How much is your dose? Let me know about that first, because mine is very small. Yeah. As a Canadian libertarian, there's nothing I want more in life than to live as a mountain man with prohibited weapons and my whiskey and to be left alone. Welcome to the fucking club. Never stop exploring, bro. God damn, I hate myself. What the fuck? Zachary's like, no Tech 9, son. Keep it classy with a high point. Motherfucker, I will never buy a high point. Fuck that shit. Did you watch Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice? No, because the only good Batmans are Christopher Nolan Batmans, and anything else is an affront to God. Allah will not sit well with that. 30 years ago yesterday marked the day when we lost a good chunk of our firearm freedoms because some Prozac fucktard killed a. Oh yeah, that was like your guys' Port Arthur massacre. I like how the CIA keeps making it. I mean, I like how we keep having shootings in America, but Americans are just like, no. Like the Australians were so cocked, they're like, yeah, our Central Intelligence Agency made it happen. I mean, we got to give up our guns now. And they went, okay, gave up all their fucking guns. And then they did the same thing in Britain. They gave the guns. The Canadians did the same fucking thing. But in America, we just keep on having this just in on CNN. I should really watch me doing that because I'm not trying to blow your guys' ears out. This just in on CNN. The puppy rapist murderer shot 900 million people to death. Give up your guns. And Americans are like, no. Where that meme? No, I don't think I will. Do you play Assassin's Creed Origin or Odyssey? I don't play Assassin's Creed since number 3. I'm not into cuckolding, sir. So I don't play that shit. Okay, first off, Muluga, what the fuck? It's not a morning thing. Don't do it during the day. That's like day drinking. No wonder you fucked up. Number 2, I'm not sure how many. 10 capsules? Tell me the dosage in grams. So you're saying Epstein pulled a Hitler? Yes, I am. I need to blow my nose back. Oh, hey, look. Fuck it, YOLO. I'll wash it later. They wash them. And this is also green. I had something of like a micro cold. I still worked out through it, so I'm getting over that. If I sound kind of funny. It may take only 3% of the population to topple a dictator with civil resistance. Yes, indeedy. You better believe it. The high is great in the morning, but it has like an after effect at the end of the day. That's why you should only do it at night to go to sleep. You done fucked up. You already fucked up too many times. Jesse's cool review says, as an oil field worker who puts hand over ass, 84-hour fucking work weeks. I can't wait for my skill set to grow enough for me to move somewhere like Texas. Do it, bro. Do it. Texas is a magical place where you will burn, except for you're a Canuck. So I don't know what you can do to train for the heat. There is nothing that you can do. Jesse, cool reviews and open carry and some fucking nice guns. Yeah, I can open carry here too. Orky Borky says, I know you sold many of your retro consoles and whatnot, but did you keep any of them by any chance? No, I did not. Jesse Coolview says, I want my USP Compact 45, my Heckler & Koch 33. Jesus, somebody has a lot of money. Creo, you think you control, but you can. You just glow. Hey, Tolstoy, have you watched Joker yet? And did you like it? I haven't got around to it. I'm going to wait till it comes out on like Amazon and I'll watch it at home. I should have supported it in the theaters, but it didn't even need my help. I wanted to go out and be part of the ticket sales, but it broke $1 billion. So, and Catwoman and the Watchmen isn't doing, not Catwoman, Batwoman and the Watchmen isn't doing too good. So Virginia Sheriff says he'll deputize thousands of citizens to protect their gun rights. Yeah, because he's got a big old dick. Bait Man says bunghole, bunghole. All right. Libertarianism doesn't really imply government. That would be minarchism. Same thing. Tomato, tomato. Jesse's Cool Reviews says, I just want to be able to go on woods. Wait, what? Go on woods, walk with my fucking rifles and climb hills and shit without the RCMP sending out like 17 SWAT teams to ass rape me for hiking with a firearm. Yeah, I've also heard that the Canadians are essentially really big into further evicting natives off their land. Like, however bad the Americans were to their natives, the Canadians were 10 times fucking worse. And they're still actively doing it. Like, we've kind of straightened up a little bit, but like, y'all are bad about that shit. I take 6.7 grams in the morning. That's not terrible. Is that all you take all day, though? And Clive Winston says, Jesus Christ, 6.7 grams is not that much. A high dose is like 15 grams. And I might be doing I'd probably do about 4 a night. But I should taper back. But at the same time, it's one of the only things that keep me from cutting people up. So. Miluga, if you're having withdrawal effects, you need to just stop then. Just stop. It sounds like you're fucking up. Which doesn't make any sense because I haven't experienced any withdrawal symptoms really. And I mean, why does Eric Carter have a check mark next to him? What is it the time of your location? Here it's 2:43 a.m. 9:43. That's all you take, huh? Yeah, I don't understand. That's not a very high dose. Maybe it's just fucked up. I don't know. I have not. Just taper down. You'll be fine. It's as long as you can go get more, just go get more and taper down. First of all, I don't trust the caps. I always do it as a T, so there's that. How does it make your blood pressure go up? You might have a bad brand or some shit like that. There was one brand that we got a hold of called like the Phoenix, and both me and my brother looked at each other and we were like, this isn't right. This isn't like the other stuff. It feels wrong. So maybe you have a bad brand. I don't know. Jesse Cool Review says, having worked around fucking bears and shit, the fact that the RCMP doesn't want me carrying a firearm during summer hikes is fucking embarrassing. Bears are predators, not friends. Totally, bro. Yeah, but you guys have brown bears. Black bears are chill. Black bears won't fuck with you. Black bears, for the most part, don't want to deal with your shit. They'll run. Brown bears are insane and are just like, I'll rape. And you're just like, oh, okay. Clive Winston says, Rose Black, to be honest, they should be glad people aren't burning buildings or doing bombing. Shootings usually have a max of 10 dead. Bombings and arson are more effective. Yeah, that's true. Miluga says, I take it daily. Join the club. Amazon lobbied to have a facility in my city, claiming it would bring jobs. They then automated the facility. Yeah. Yeah, they're talking about possibly bringing one here, and I will me and another friend will actively do acts of surprise stuff to make that go away. No. Miluga says it's the gold leaves. I don't know about that. I don't know my brand. I don't know about get miraculous herbs or spiritual or whatever the fuck they're called. Special herbs, essential herbs, whatever the fuck it's all. That's my brand. I like that shit. Mike says, such a familiar face. Ha 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 ha. Anyway. Yep. Starting to wind down a little bit. We got a little bit more, and then I'm probably going to go make some tea. And then play Days Gone. This is a fucking cozy-ass little thing. I mean, I know it's kind of cold in my apartment, but I'm only wearing like a t-shirt underneath this. But like, yeah, I don't feel bad in this. I could actually hang out in this. That's kind of what I wanted, but something that like I could even work out in if I wanted to, but I could go outside, or I just wanted something utilitarian. So I'm pretty happy about this purchase. It was still too much money, and I feel like a hipster douche, but I'm sure I'll fucking get over it. Plus, I wanted to get myself a present for passing the test. I'm such a faggot. Oh well. And also, it feels good to call yourself a faggot. You know, goddamn. I work right next to an area where a woman was murdered by a black bear. I don't trust predators, period. Okay, well, she was antagonizing it then. The nature of the black bear is to usually run. You're lucky if you even see one. The last black bear on the East Coast in America that killed a person, a hiker, was a woman who was taking pictures of it while it was protecting it, unless this lady wandered onto its cub hole. If it's protecting its cubs, whatever. But I'm pretty sure. I know you dudes have black bears, but you know they're different than brown bears. The Kodiak is bigger and far more aggressive than a black bear. Black bears on average are like 400 pounds. Brown bear is like 800 pounds. It's double. It's bigger. So what you're saying about global mega corporations are fucking us? Yes. Is the booty hole with a stick? Okay. Weird comments. Creo, fuck off. You look like the type of guy to not use SOG because it isn't a trendy brand name, despite SOG being better. No, it is not. SOG is cheap Walmart shit. Try harder. Clive Winston says, gun grabbers get banned from the stream, lol. Clive Winston says, you take cold showers, Tolstoy? Are you talking about how to boost testosterone? Because yeah, I've heard that theory that like showering in the cold makes the nutskis cold, and therefore I can't do it, man. I like my hot showers too much. You know what I mean? But I have heard the technique of like, take the hot shower. When you're finished, shower down for like 1 whole minute in ice cold water. I still can't fucking do it though, bro. Muluga says, still haven't gotten into Elite Dangerous? No, that's my brother's game. He's playing it right now. He loves that fucking game. He has a... Hey, what kind of gay spaceship do you got? Hey! What's the gayest spaceship you got in that game? They're asking about it. Like the gayest? Yeah, the biggest. The biggest. Sure, the most expensive. The one that I think the Imperial Cutter. He has an Imperial Cutter, everyone. How many fucking hours did you waste getting that? Yeah, it's like 300. You've been playing that game since last Christmas. Christ. I'm aware of that. I watched you play that shit. Jesse Cool Review says, the girl actually stepped outside of the bathroom, immediately got pounced on and torn the fuck apart, which is what had wildlife officers confused. Could have been the scent of shit that made it. That's very interesting. I would actually really like to know about that case. If you go on Facebook and you have me on the Facebook, you have me on the Discord, send me a link to that story or whatever. I want to read about that. I'm interested. Clive Winston says, congrats on passing the test. I shouldn't have put it off for as long as I did. It's embarrassingly easy, but I don't know. They were making it seem like it was going to be hard, so I trained harder. Ultimate X says, I don't live in America. Do bears really kill people in America? Yes. They're bears. They're wild fucking animals. But usually they're brown bears that do it, not black bears. But I'm not saying a black bear can't. It very much can. And I always... I don't actually carry bear mace. I really should, because there are areas where there are bears. But for the most part, I've been told about black bears and by authorities who are in the know that if you just puff up and open up your jacket and put your backpack over your head and you yell and you tell them, I'm not going to be an easy target. Maybe that one black bear just had it up to here with her shit. Maybe she was Karen. I don't know. Oh, right. Zachary Penis says, I just can't believe a Cold Steel Recon 1 is fucking $100 now. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Cold Steel line. I am all Spyderco fandom all the way now. Infinitely more expensive, pretty much the same quality, though. But cuter looking blades. They're so kawaii. All right? I finally got the... Yeah, finally got that shit. And this is a nice little cozy fucking thing, man, I feel... The other thing is, I've never really favored hoods because I used to be a pretty boy Floyd and I used to keep my hair long. I really need to get it shaved again. But It's kind of nice. A little too. Actually, that's fucking perfect. I feel very archery in this, like, which I've practiced a lot of archery. Oh God, my arms, all the curls. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. I might look a little douchey, but oh God, it took the microphone or took the headset with me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that purchase. Sergeant, the motherfucker's name is Sergeant Nibble McTwist. Sergeant, I salute you. He says, "Hey, what's up? Longtime fan. Have not been in touch for a while. What is your thought on carrying a flip knife? Ish. USA. Yes, I think you need to lay off crack. Oh, my nose is all crusty from how many times I had to wipe it. Mike says, you play RuneScape ever? I did. I had a level 56 warrior. I wasted too much time in RuneScape, which is why I never played MMOs ever since then. I was like, you got to put it down. This is a bad thing for you. And I gave it up. But that's back when I was homeschooled and I wasn't doing my homeschooling like I should have been. Rose Black says, I heard a story that in school. This guy kept taking pictures of a bear and getting closer. Needless to say, the bear didn't like it. And then, well, it was shot. Yep, that's it. You usually have to pressure a black bear into fighting you. Ultimate X James says, you both live in the same house. No, I could afford to live on my own in America once I moved out of my parents' house. Hit that crack pipe harder, son. Jesse Corview says, I asked the guy who literally investigated the scene and there were no cubs or anything, just an theoretically unprovoked attack. So she got the most unlucky card ever. Also, our guys who stop bears from coming near us only have scare guns. They're not carrying shotguns. What is a scare gun? What is it? Was it like a scarecrow gun? Like, is it like a gun made out of straw? Like, made to look like a gun? Like, it's a broom handle with like a straw stock, with like a couple of bands of twine. Like, I'm very interested. Yeah, right. 357, better than bear mace. But I can't carry a 357 into a national park. Just because North Carolina is based does not mean that that national parks are based. That's a federal government thing. Creo says, SOG is sharper and more durable than most high-cost brands like Spyderco. Faggot. These days, Spyderco, Buck, and CRKT are making the most carry pieces these days. Mostly just rock the CRKT minimalist because Cutlery Lover sold me on the idea. Cutlery, I've talked with him extensively and he used to like comment on my videos. Like, I used to know the dude kind of on a personal level. He hasn't talked to me in a while, obviously, but he did used to comment on my videos, so I miss him. Spyderco is not for normies. I will cut you with my Spyderco. You fitting to get hit. Oh, yeah, Sergeant Nipple McTwist says, when did you take up archery? Right before I left Maryland, about a year. Right after The Last of Us came out, because I remember I was at a bar telling my friends that I had taken up archery, and they're like, oh, nice one, Katniss Everdeen. And I looked and was like, you mean Joel? And I was like, I will break you, son. I was actually okay at it, and I could have gotten better. And I got better equipment, but then I had to leave, and now the equipment is damaged because you're not supposed to leave a bow strong. My fault, and my bad. And I need to get it fixed, and I don't have a place to shoot. I do have my parents' property, but I haven't been there in a while. I don't know. I guess whatever. All right, man. That's great. That's what a scare gun is. Literally shakes the lunchroom when they have to use them. You're just God damn it. Actually, one of my I'm gonna say associates or whatever, a good friend of mine who had done some fighting in Mosul. Was like, I was on my cot and the French got out the goddamn Jericho cannon, which is the largest shelling cannon, and he's like just lying on my cot all of a sudden, and he's like into the air. And it's just like, and he's like, and all you can hear is just You know what I mean? Like, fuck. All right. All right. Anyway, it's been nice talking to you guys. This has been a productive stream, maybe sort of. I ranted a little bit too much, but I'm gonna have to say goodbye because I have to go get twacked, if you can excuse me, and play Last of Us ripoff, Last of Us Light, the Dr. Pibb of Last of Us, the Mr. Pibb of Last of Us, because somebody poisoned the goddamn Last of Us Coke. Looking at you, Neil Druckmann. You cock.